Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Do Sue. Thought today we would do another episode of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge, which is coming to an end soon because we're now a good halfway through November. So for those that aren't aware, I've been using this old white lined A5 notebook, and one page represents one collage. So that was last time. That was week 47, and today we're going to do hashtag CW Planner 48. So you get 5 prompts and a bonus. You can use all 6, or you can substitute the bonus for one of the 5. So let's have a look. So the 5 prompts are a mushroom, an illustration from a children's book, a zigzag, a dried leaf or flower, something loud, and the bonus is a quote. So I've actually managed to find all of those. So let's show you what I found. So in my collage book, I have found, this is my new sticker collage book that I had from a birthday recently. And I found some mushrooms. Then for the illustration from a children's book, here is a page that was sent to me in an ephemera pack from Junk Journals UK, Junkbox Journals actually. It's Karen at Junkbox Journals. So I'm not sure what the book was called, but it's all about Timmy Willie, a little mouse. And it says on this page, the next day things were no better for Timmy Willie. He could not eat the food and the noise prevented him from sleeping. I do so miss my peaceful sunny bank and my friend Cock Robin, said Timmy Willie. And there he is, thinking back to his little house on the riverbank. And there is his friend Cock Robin. And here he is upset because he's not at home and he's not in a familiar place. So I'm going to use that. Now, a zigzag, the only thing I could think of, apart from cutting something with my zigzag scissors, is some of this zigzaggy binding. So I'm going to use this on here somewhere because it is kind of a zigzag. I know it looks wavy, but it is. We do call this, well, in some parts of the UK, this is known as a zigzag bind, sort of braid, or, you know, a binding for something, or ribbon, or whatever you'd like to call it. So I'm going to use that because I think it is a bit of a zigzag. And then dried leaf or flower. This is a... let me take those off for a minute. This is a piece of, I had the word now, what was it called? It's gone out of my head. I dried it about 3 years ago. Forget-me-nots. How could I forget forget-me-nots? So I dried that a long time ago, and I keep them in a little box. And it's actually not too bad because you can see the little forget-me-not flowers. So, and the leaves have dried up very nicely actually. You might just, you know, kind of adjust it on the page. So that's the dried leaf or flower. Something loud. Well, this is a grand piano, so this would be very loud. So this is out of my other collage book, so I'm going to cut round that. And then a quote I found in some of my ephemera. I found this one. I don't know who said it, but it's very pretty. And it said, "Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they are always there." I think that should say. So good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they are always there. Which is very true, and it's kind of a postcard, so I quite like that. So we'll find somewhere for that. That's probably going to have to be in a whole piece. That's going to take up a bit of room. Here we've got our book page, so we may not use all of that, I'm not sure. and our mushrooms. So goodness me, and our forget-me-not. So maybe the forget-me-not can sort of be there. Maybe we'll have the mushrooms. Well, it says a mushrooms, it doesn't have to be 2. I just picked 2 because I like mushrooms in a group. I'm not keen on just one. Yeah, this is not going to be easy, is it? Right, let's get started then. So we'll leave those like that. We may have to cut round this. Okay, let's cut round this. So I hope you're all doing okay. Today's Saturday, and I have to confess that on top of everything else going on health-wise, and I'm not boring you with health issues, but I've now had a flare-up of my vertigo. And the strange thing is that my sister Hazel messaged me last week to say that, you know, apologise for not sending us a birthday present, because obviously my husband's is on the 3rd of November and mine is on the 11th. So we have a birthday very close together, my husband and I. And she said she's been knocked for 6 by BPPV, which is benign paroxysmal. Well, basically it's a really serious form of dizziness and vertigo and feeling sick and all of that. And well, I do get vertigo on and off, and I was only saying to her in my reply, oh yeah, you know, I get it mildly compared to you. And blow me if the next day I woke up and I thought, oh, I feel a bit dizzy today. But sometimes you could be absolutely fine, go to bed, wake up the next morning and the room feels like it's spinning, like the bed feels like it's spinning round, and it's really horrible sensation. Now, I've got medication that I do keep on hand at home for it, that the GP prescribes. So I took some of that, and wasn't too bad, and I forced myself into the office because I'm not, if it's really not a good bout, then I wouldn't drive, but I didn't feel that bad, so I thought I'll go and see how I get on. And went in and wasn't feeling too bad. Thought I'll keep taking the medication and hopefully catch it before it does get out of hand, because I've had it so bad I couldn't even stand up, sit up or do anything, you know. It really is debilitating. And I'm keeping that white there because it's too difficult to cut out. So I'm just going to muddy it up a bit with some vintage photo. Yeah, so I thought, oh, I must be coming out in sympathy with my sister Hazel, you know, and unbelievable. So then for yesterday, which was my non-working day, when I usually try and get a lot of crafting under my belt, I ended up spending the whole day in bed. So once again, this weekend, I've not been able to do what I planned. So I really apologise to my subscribers if they think that I'm not really on their YouTube much. Let's I mean, I like the background of this. We could just cut this out. We'll just have a look. So we'll bring the book back, and I've gone around the edges with a vintage photo to distress it because it is white lined paper. And that's good. So if we have that there, we could have a piece of this down here, maybe. And perhaps we'll cut it in half, and we'll tear around this bit. see if we can make this a bit smaller as well. Okay, now let's think round that. Right, okay, so we've got the grand piano here. We've got that there. Okay. I'll just have a play and see what we think. Get Arthur's paperweight. Right. I'm not going to unstick these, so I might put a group, just these two on. Just have a group maybe down here. Then we've got another piece of this. I'd quite like to put that on as a kind of balance. Oh, I do sound like I know what I'm talking about, don't I? So, okay, that now needs to go up there. And this, I think, may go kind of like that. And then we might have this down here with the writing on, so that we know it's from a children's book. And then we've got our quote. So this quote, I think I might just cut round the panel. I can keep the bits from the background, the butterfly and what have you. I quite like that. Keep it for something else. So as you know, we don't throw much away, do we? Which is good. So we should have gone to that COP, World Climate Change. We should have gone to that conference, I think, and showed them what we do with our recycling. We do it on site more than the government do, I think. They're full of hot air, I think, promises that never get met. Okay, so here's our quote. Right, let's move this a bit again. I'm going to have to be fiddling with this now until I'm happy with the way it looks. So we have that kind of like that. Okay. And so he is talking about his friend Cock Robin, so that's quite appropriate. I think that quote about good friends are like stars. And then we could put the mushrooms kind of here, and then we can put a lovely delicate forget-me-nots kind of here. We've got some rick-rack is the word. Rick-rack is another word for this, another term. We've got some rick-rack, so let's find my other scissors, and so I think we might have some. We could actually put it on the page like a zigzag, couldn't we? So we had a piece that long. Yeah, so I hope my poor sister gets some help soon for hers. It sounds awful. It's very debilitating, any form of vertical Yeah, so we could put that, fill in that gap there with it somehow, like that, as a zigzag, like so, kind of that kind of thing. And then this bit could probably go up the side, I think. Gosh, what a what a collection. Wow. And our forget-me-not, which is that way round, we could have that like that. Just attempt to take the paper weight off. Maybe I'm aiming too high with this, too many things. Okay, I want to make this dark, this area around here. I don't want to stencil it because we've stenciled a few just lately. I'm just going to grunge it up, I think, with this vintage photo. See how this looks. Okay, we better start putting some things down. So Paddy's going to bark in a minute, just ignore him. He's heard a courier's van outside. Couriers are busy at the moment because it's obviously everyone's buying everything for Christmas, Black Friday things. We've got a lot up and down at the moment. Okay, right, I'm just going to take these off. I think I will have to stencil the background because I'm not happy with it. It'd be lovely if I had a zigzag stencil, wouldn't it? But I'm pretty sure I don't have one. Just put you on hold for a second. I'm back. I found this stencil and it's got this lovely, well, it's kind of a diamond shaped pattern, but actually it does look like zigzaggy. So I thought, well, we'll use the Distress Oxide Wild Honey and we will just give it some interest in the background, I think. So that's quite nice. I like that. And I think we'll do it up here as well in the other corner. Like so. So I like that. Right. Put that back. Put that back in the pot. Right. Okay. Now, let's get some glue ready. I have to use our Cosmic Shimmer. And I hope that it's working today. I just do a bit of a test on my hand these days. Okay. Okay, so I want to put this on, don't we? Like so. I kind of want that. Say we have that there. Okay, And we've got our quotes here, and then we have our, to be careful with the forget-me-not. So then we have, okay, so I'm going to move that over there. Nope, I don't like it there. So this piano is going to go here somehow. Maybe we have this one here. Piano, sort of like that perhaps. And then we've got our zigzaggy rickrack, and we've got our pretty little forget-me-not that is dried. We could layer that over the top like so. And we've got our mushroom, which I kind of want perhaps the mushrooms be layered over there. Maybe we will just use the one. Now, are we going to use the red cap one, or are we going to use this honey coloured one? We'll put that there for a minute. Then we have the rickrack. So I was going to sort of try and fold it into a zigzag, but I think what I'll do is just cut some pieces. I don't know if this is going to look anything or work even, but unless you experiment, you don't know, do you? Okay, we may have to have our beacon 3-in-1 for that. So my idea was to kind of make it into a zigzag anyway, like that. Oh, it's very twisty. Kind of a zigzag, sort of like that on the page. Right, that piece does not want to lay flat. Let's see if we can make it lie flat. Okay, so that could sort of go up there, and then we could have another piece down here, and then we want the number, obviously. So I think that's how we're going to do it. And I think in order to put this on, this forget-me-not, I think I'm either going to have to put it in between some acetate or Mod Podge over the whole thing. I haven't got much Mod Podge left. Okay. I'm just thinking, what shall I do with it? We'll try Mod Podging it in that corner. No, we'll get some acetate. Okay, just bear with me. Won't be a moment. So actually, rather than get acetate, I've got one of these little bags. Now let me see. I don't know if this is going to work, but let me try popping it in there like so. So it's just as good as acetate. I know it's a bit shiny in the light because I've got the 2 lights on. We just switch this big light off a minute. So it does make it very dark, even though I've got the overhead light. But that's what, if I move that, that's what that's going to look like in the bag. And that's just as good as acetate. And I could put that on there like so. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this light back on now. So pop that there for a minute. Okay, and I want to get some of these down, so let's put this down. Now this book page, oh come on, this book page does look a little bit shiny. The glue doesn't want to play ball. Okay, so let's put Timmy Willie, his name is, little mouse, put him there. Okay, and we'll pop this one down at the top because we know that's where we want those for definite. Just going to pop that there, like so. Okay, now I think I want that there, this somehow, so I definitely want this kind of here, I think. Okay, let's do that. Let's stick this down. Okay, we'll pop this grand piano down, which would be very loud, so this is our loud piece. Okay, I think we'll have that. I think actually we'll put it there. I have a tendency to change my mind when I actually stick things down. Okay. Now I want to have mushrooms, so I think we'll unpeel this. I just want to ink round it just a little bit. Like so. I was thinking maybe we'll just have that coming up from there. I do think it needs more than one, so I am going to put 2 on, even though it says a mushroom in the list. I am going to put 2 on. So I'm just going to put 2. I'll just lift up that grand piano before it sticks down and kind of put 2 there, like so. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is put down this pretty little forget-me-not. Because it's in the bag now, I can manipulate it a bit better, so I can actually cut the bag down. Definitely not straight, but these little bags, you can use them for, you know, if you don't have any acetate and you don't want to have to buy any, you know, use these little bags. Things get sent in them, all sorts of things. So there it is. And I know it's going to look shiny in the light. You see, okay, but we're not too unhappy with that, but you can see everything behind it. So I'm just going to seal the end like so. Sorry, it's not a very straight line. Can't do them, as you know, and I hope that is going to actually dry like, you know, clear. It says it does. No, we're not going to put too much on. Okay. And popping that. Actually, before that goes down, I'm going to pop this piece of rickrack underneath. Gosh, it's got a big skin on it. Pop that underneath there like so. I think it will dry clear. I'm pretty sure it will. Be very careful because they are very delicate. So that's giving it a bit of extra dimension anyway. Okay, so the next thing was I was going to attempt to make an actual zigzag with this down the side. So I just want to make sure it's all up the same side. I think there's a slight difference. There's a bit more detail on one side than on the other. So there's a zigzag kind of in a zigzaggy thread like that. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's get that down. So using the Beacon 3-in-1. This is quite thick, this rickrack trim. That's what it's called, isn't it? It's a trim. My mind seems to go blank when I'm on camera. Oh, you must all think I'm, you know, a bit odd. Don't know why it does that. Still not used to videoing really. So I think we'll have this side glued down. I'll probably have to give this a bit of a press down. So I want that kind of join up there. So there's our zigzag. Tiny bit of glue there. Once it takes, it's fine, like so. And we've got a bit there mirrored there. We could even have a little bit up here if we wanted. Just a small piece. Oh, excuse the dog. Someone's now knocking at the door. Asking us if we would take a parcel in for our neighbours, which we don't mind, we do it all the time. So they take ours in as well if they see them, you know. So it's that time of year. Okay, I will dry, hopefully. Okay, so I wanted to put the number 48 on, and I kind of wanted to do it differently to the way I did that number. So first of all, I normally write on mine with a pen, and this is actually my blue one. So I'm going to say, put it here, I think, hashtag CW Planner number 48. And then I have my, so we didn't need the Mod Podge, that can go back up there. So I have this, which is a bit, really, it's a bit schoolish. I'll just have a quick drink of my tea. It's a Helix, and over in the UK, Helix, they supply all the school pencil cases and pencils and protractors and all those sort of things. So I don't know, this could have been something the girls had when they were at school. But I thought, we tried to stencil this last time and it didn't work, so I'm actually just going to use a pen and I'm going to colour it, kind of fill it in. So I'm going to use this one so it matches that one down there, and I'm going to go into the 4. I don't know if this is going to work, but as I say, if you don't experiment, you don't know. We could always cover it up, because this is what you would do for school. So there's number 4, and then we want number 8. So number 8 is going to be there. So you have to hold the pen really upright, so it won't take a great big thick nib. So I'm not going to use like a felt tip or anything. So there's the 8. So I'm pleased with that. So I can use this. It does come in handy sometimes. Just have to use your imagination. Okay, so there we have it. Hashtag CW Planner number 48. Now excuse the shine. So we have a mushrooms. We've got a couple of mushrooms there. We have an illustration from a children's book, a piece there and a piece there on the same page. We have our zigzag here, made from our Rick Rack zigzaggy trim. We have a dried flower. We have dried forget-me-nots that I dried a long time ago, years actually, and I've put them into one of those little plastic bags that you get little bits in sometimes through the post. And something loud, I've got a big grand piano here which I think would be very loud, and the bonus is a quote. So I found that in my stash. It's off a postcard and it says, "Good friends are like stars, you don't always see them, but you know they're always there." Okay, so, and it's hashtag CW Planner number 48. We've stenciled 48 on there and written it here. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that's what it looks like. Cover up that side so you can see. So there we have it, number 48 done and dusted. Thanks for joining me. Take care everyone. See you soon. Bye bye.